I'm sure you know this. At least I hope you do. But if you are a parent, the current educational system in the United States today is not teaching your child to be financially responsible, okay? They're not. I've seen it. We have a lot of employees across the two businesses, and I can promise you right now, the large majority of them have never been taught the basics of budgeting, the basics of compounding interest, the basics of financial responsibility, credit. They've not been taught any of this. And as a business owner, right, I hadn't been taught any of it. I had to be taught. I had to learn what gross profit was. I had to learn what net profit was. I had to learn these things. And so as an employer, I believe that we have a responsibility to teach our people these things and help them grow and help them develop and help them understand. You know, I typically speak in the automotive mechanical space, right? That's what I'm talking about the majority of the times that you guys hear me out here walking and rambling on about something. And a great example of this is that there are so many technicians, there are so many service advisors who genuinely believe that the owner is stuffing their pockets with all the profit. And they see that entire ticket as profit. Now, obviously, they're not dummies. They know that there's parts cost associated with it, but they don't have a frame of reference for what the business operating expenses are. And so what happens is they get disgruntled, they get frustrated, they get irritated. They comment on my videos and tell me how shop owners are terrible and business owners are terrible because they're keeping all the money that should be distributed to all the employees. But they don't understand how much money that business actually gets to keep out of that. And on top of that, they don't understand the liability the business owner has. And they don't understand that if the business owner wasn't going to at least make something, they should just put their money into a investment account. They should put their money into the stock market. They'd make more money. But see, they don't see that. They don't understand it. And I personally believe that as business owners, we have a responsibility to be educating and showing our people these numbers, helping them learn, helping them understand what this actually looks like. Now, I know some of you are going to get into the comments and talk all kinds of smack. I'm to the point I don't even listen anymore because, like, it's obvious, either some of these people commenting have no clue what they're talking about and they're just downright delusional, or some of these people in the comments are simply trolling because they'd have to be trolling or genuinely ridiculous. Okay? I'm not going to say what I wanted to say there. But I know you're going to get into the comments and you're going to say, yeah, but you don't understand. We're not paid even a small portion, and technicians should be paid 50% and all this stuff. But the reality is, when you drill down into those numbers and you show them those numbers and they're able to see what the business earns and they're able to read a profit and loss, they're able to read a balance sheet, they're able to read a cash flow statement, they have a whole new respect for what it is a business owner does. Just saying. I get that many of you big operations, you've got a ton of people that work for you. And the idea of trying to teach everybody how to read a financial statement seems ridiculous. But I think if you want to truly build a quality culture in your business, if you want to help your team understand what they are working for every single day and what truly actually gets turned out of that as an actual profit, like money someone gets to keep, if you want them to see that and understand it, you're going to have to share these numbers with them. I don't know why so many people are afraid to share those numbers. I don't know why so many people are afraid to acknowledge they're in business to make a profit. And I don't know why so many employees are so negative and so abusive to their employers at the simple concept of them making any money at all. It's absolutely ridiculous, okay? Just going to tell you, it's ridiculous. It's I mean, maybe narcissistic is the word. Like so self-centered you can't see anything but yourself. But either way, I just want to encourage you. Teach your kids about money. Teach your kids how to read some financial reports so they can understand. Look, a business P&L, you can build that same P&L in your personal life to a degree. It's the same thing as kind of building a budget, except it's current. And you can really encourage them to be wise and smart with money and have money in their bank account and live a better life. Okay? Same with your employees. You can have happier employees. You can have better employees. You can have a better culture in your business. You can have a better life by educating the people in your circle. Now, if the people in your circle don't want to learn, that's a whole different problem. You should probably get better people in your circle. And to those of you listening who are going to complain about that statement, I just want to say this. If you're unwilling to learn, if you're unwilling to develop, you're the problem. Okay? Sorry. I mean, it just is what it is. And it doesn't just mean in financials, right? It means if you're unwilling to see things from a different perspective, if you're unwilling to hear what someone else has to say, it's unlikely that you're ever going to see improvement in your life. You have to open your perspective. Y'all have a good one.